guys, welcome back to Delaware Acre. Hair is a little crazy, a little humid out today. I am headed out. We are going to go back to the meat locker. They're having a couple good specials on some chicken, and we are low on dark meat chicken. Plenty of white meat. Here we go. Drink bottles in here. So that's what I ended up getting. I got some turkey lunch meat, some Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, some shrimp rolls. These are frozen, so these need to go into the freezer. I got some beef fat. Ended up getting a chuck roast. Oh, not a chuck roast, 2 chuck roasts. Chuck roast. I got this. I'm not really sure what to do with this. I don't know how much this weighs. Tri-tip. I'm not sure what to do with that. I got some bacon. And then I got these 2, how many pounds are these? These 2 10-pound bags of leg quarters. It's always a mystery of what type of, like, how the meat's going to come from the meat locker. You never know if it's like going to be butchered there and it's going to be leg quarters, or if it's going to be like from Purdue or Tyson. Like I said in my last meat locker video, we are Delaware and Maryland, like this area, our big like agriculture thing is chicken. So yeah, so I'm probably going to just piece these out, probably put 2 or 3 of these into like a Ziploc bag, a frozen freezer bag, freeze them, and then pull them out as we need them. Yeah, that'll be a project. But for now, I'm just gonna put all this in the fridge, these guys in the freezer, and go from there. Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a few days since we went to the meat locker, and I gotta get this stuff out of my fridge and into the freezer. So let's go ahead. So we got the fat and the chicken. Now, normally I don't like to buy chicken in bags like this. I've been to Walmart and seen it there and was completely grossed out by it, but I bought it this time. I need need to... How much space is in there? I want this to sit up a little bit. Candy ring. Give me a little bit of space. And then... So these are leg quarters. So I wanted to just portion these out a little bit. Oh, all the juice is going to fall out. I wanted to portion them out so that they're not just a big giant block frozen. Also, I think I'm going to wear gloves. Not that you have to wear gloves with chicken, but I have them. And I thought about putting them on this time, so I'm going to. So yeah, leg quarters. But these are much smaller than I thought they were, so that's good. The kids and I will eat these. Like I said, my husband's not really a fan. So. I wonder if I should just take the skin off now or just leave it for every time I do these. And I probably should have asked if it was okay to freeze these again, but I'm going to go with yes, because I think you can freeze, pretty sure you can freeze this stuff. Even if it was frozen, I think you can still freeze it again after that. But yeah, look how much fluid's in there. Oh, gross. So that's going down the drain. It's kind of gross. It's actually really gross. But it's how food comes. I'm just going to do gallon freezer bags. And I guess I'll just do 6 in each one. I think that's just going to be easier. Because if I'm going to cook it, I'm going to cook enough for leftovers. Still looking for a local place to get chicken in bulk. Other than, love to get some, you know, some pasture raised chickens. But have not been able to source that yet. So just put each one, 1, 2, 3, 4. That might be enough. I'm gonna do 5. Yeah, I think 5. Initially I said 6, but I think we'll go with 5. I like to get the leg quarters because then I actually will take the chicken skin and fry it in the air fryer. It's actually very good. I season it and air fry it. Any of the fat I try to render down, and I'll use that for cooking as well. And then the bones, of course, I keep to make broth. So that's why I like the leg quarters. This chicken juice is getting on my arm. Gross. Gonna have to wash it all off. Oh. So this is actually, I've been doing this and it kind of works out well because I have plenty of chicken breasts. You know, you get 2 breasts per bird. And like I said, my husband prefers chicken breasts. So I just pull out 1 or 2 chicken breasts to cook for him. And then I'll make these for us, the kids and I. And sometimes my dad will come over for dinner, and he doesn't care. Well, he tells me he doesn't care. I'm not sure which one he prefers. I actually don't know. I feel like I should know that about my dad, but he's not a very picky man. My dad. He's very go with the flow. All right. So now these are bigger. Some of these are really big. So someday I'll be raising my own chickens somewhere. I'll probably be old and cranky and not want to do it. I'll probably just be a cranky old woman and not want to go through all that. Okay, all right, good. That's done. So, and then as soon as I'm done filming, I will run my dishwasher. So that all is going in there. This is going in the trash. I usually don't label my the bags because I know what they are and I'm the only one that's going to be getting them, so opening them up to cook. So probably should label them just in case my kids aren't at the age where I can send them down to like overflow pantry or anything to grab anything. It's always, they don't they can't reach it, or they wouldn't be able to carry something heavy upstairs or anything like that. So maybe once they get a little older, I'll start doing that. So good. This is all ready to go into the freezer. So awesome. I'm going to get a bin to put these in. All right, so this will go downstairs to the freezer. Our next project, wash. I'm going to wash my hands again. Washy, washy. I'm going to disinfect my surface here. This is what I've got going on over here. I've got 2 crock pots that'll be plugged in over here. I might have to switch. I might have to move one of them across the kitchen because I'm not sure if these are on the same, like, is it going to trip the breaker? Like, is it on the same outlet? I don't know. But yeah, I got dinner going, and then I'm going to put the beef fat in this guy over here. The crock pot corner. And just gonna start cutting the fat. I asked at the meat locker if they always had fat available, and she kind of laughed. The gal that I was talking to kind of laughed because she said, "Well, we're a butcher, so we always have fat somewhere around." They did have lard in one of their in the case, but I had already told her I wanted this fat, so she had already sent someone in the back to get it. So just gonna make this smaller so it all can render down. I don't have a grinder, so this is what we're doing. Sorry, my lighting is not necessarily the best this time of day, but this is when I have time to do this, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it. All right, there's the end of it. Put the little one. I am going to put some water in there, just so it doesn't scorch on the bottom. Crock pot corner. And here we are about 3.5 hours later. The fat is, as you can see, it's rendered down quite a bit. It was over top the kind of mounded up over the top of the crock pot, and now it's down quite a bit. There is some liquid fat in the bottom there. I'm trying to use this measuring cup kind of like a ladle and get some of the liquid stuff out. There's still some, there's still some chunks in there and some bits and pieces that have also rendered down in it. I try to use this coffee filter, but it ends up ripping and I get very frustrated. So what I ended up doing is I left it in the crock pot while we went over to the neighbors for game night and came back several hours later. And when we came back several hours later, the fat had all rendered down, and for some reason it didn't record when I thought I was recording. So I strained all of the fat through just this mesh strainer, and it looks like all those little bits that I was trying to get out actually cooked in the fat. So I think this was my downfall here. The fat is this beautiful golden color, and when it hardens, it's kind of got this yellow tinge to it. And more on that later. Okay, this is the next morning. I let the liquid fat harden in this big plastic container and in these jars. And because I have to wash this crock pot anyway, I went ahead and put some water in there and put the jars in because I like to melt it back down and put it in ice cube trays. That way I can grab a little square, and when I'm cooking, I can grab one square, take it out, throw it in my pan, and then I'm good to go. And there's no like chipping away at the fat in the jar. So I went ahead and put some water in there, but that was not working out so well. So I ended up putting it into a pot on the stove here. So I'm going to fill it up with water and do basically the same thing so that I can get this melted down a little bit quicker. Okay, I like to use ice trays because I can stack them. These guys I can't really stack too well, but ice trays you can stack and nothing goes on the bottom. So I will just pop these out. Stick them in a jar and they'll go into the fridge. Actually, I might put these in the fridge and then pop them out. So they don't all become one big ball. Okay, so this stuff hardened in the fridge. It actually has like a yellow tinge to it and it smells like beef. So I did a little bit of research and I am gonna try to see if I can heat this up and get some of the impurities, not impurities, but like stuff like that out so that it doesn't smell quite like beef. So I'm using this for cooking. So if it ends up smelling like beef, I'm okay with it. But I just figured I'd give it one more try here and see how I do. I watched a few more YouTube videos on doing this, so I think I may have gone wrong letting that stuff get crispy in here. So I'm gonna put this on the stove and then put some water in it and let it get melted again, and then I'm gonna put it in a bowl and let it separate in the cold overnight. It's been about 20 minutes. This is all melted down. Still very yellow. So I'll put this outside overnight. It'll get down to freezing temperatures overnight. And then the fat will rise to the top and the water will drop to the bottom. If the water's darker, then we'll repeat the process until it gets almost clear. And then we'll see if this still smells like cow. I think I may have messed up when I let it cook too long, and I may have let it go too long, and then the little bits that were in there ended up cooking in this, and that's why it might smell like beef, which is fine. I'm using it for cooking. I'm not going to use it for soap, but note to self for next time. Still smells kind of beefy. Oh, well, my water's clear and it still smells beefy. So I think it's like this because I let those pieces cook in there. I have my pot that I melted it down in yesterday, and this, I mean, there's not even anything to clear off of that. So I'm going to put this right in there. Let's see how this one looks. Yeah, this water's clear too. It's pretty clear. I'm not really sure how to describe what this stuff is that I'm scraping off the bottom. It's kind of like the junction between the fat and the water, and I think that's some of the impurities. And I keep saying impurities. I'm not really sure what it's called, but it seems like it's like a byproduct or like a waste product that just kind of settles between the surface of the water and the bottom of the fat. So I'm just scraping it off. The YouTube video that I watched, the gal scraped it off, and hers looked like a different color. So my color looks okay here. I think it's just going to be this golden color, and it's going to have a little beef smell to it, probably a little beef taste. But again, I'm using this for cooking, so I'm not really worried about that too much. So I'm going to melt this back down and put it back into my ice cube trays and get them back in the refrigerator to harden up so I can grab one little ice cube portion at a time. And here's a close-up of the final result. The ice cube trays hardened in the fridge overnight, and I popped them out. This is from the pink tray. You can see that one cube right on the bottom there is a lot more white than the rest of these, and that is because that was the one I had left over from the previous time I rendered down some beef tallow, some beef fat, and I was very careful not to let anything cook in that process because I thought I was going to make soap with it, but I ended up not. But you can see the slight difference there. But anyway, this I'll take this as a win, and yeah, I will use these to make delicious meals for my family, and hopefully no one complains. So until the next video, thanks for watching. Hope you're well. Take care. Bye.